Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you for joining me for this video. And today we're going to have some fun. We're going to be discussing the Kansas City Chiefs and their season outlook. I decided to start with the AFC West in terms of the first couple of teams that I discussed, basically going game by game. Who do I think is going to win? So therefore, we have a realistic expectation in terms of what to expect this upcoming season. I went ahead prior and just completed one for each team, so that way I can have an idea of making sure that it's realistic. I did not want to have two teams have the same game but different results. So this is extremely as realistic as possible. But with that being said, before we jump into the actual schedule, I'll just give an overbrief of the Kansas City Chiefs and their upcoming season this year. So basically for the Chiefs, there's going to be a lot of high expectations for them. They've got a tremendous team. They're bringing back, probably the best offense in the game, and Patrick Mahomes, of course, it all starts with him. Now at the receiver position, they did lose Sammy Watkins, but they, should be fine without that. They still got the key guys like Kelsey still, obviously they still got Tyreek Hill. And so it's just going to be someone like, maybe Marcole Hardman stepping up or Demarcus Robinson as well. But they've certainly got some guys, that can certainly stand up. Pringle. So they should be just fine there. Now, their offensive line, 5 new starters on the offensive line. But, man, they put their money where their mouth was, and they made sure that they secured this offensive line for Patrick Mahomes, as that was obviously their biggest problem in the Super Bowl. So I really love what they've done this offseason. And so, obviously, some areas that we'll have to keep an eye on are probably for nitpicking, maybe, in terms of, backup running back. But obviously, we've seen these guys that they currently have, guys like Darrell Williams, Darwin Thompson. They may have to contribute a little bit more, but we've certainly seen them do that in the past, so there should be no worries there. Now, when you look at the defensive side of the ball, they obviously have the star Chris Jones in the defensive line, so that makes you feel good there. They still got Tyrann Mathieu in the secondary, looking pretty good there. They did lose their, top cornerback to free agency, and they did lose a starting linebacker as well. But, the signing of guys like Jerron Reed, the Join Jones, that I like how that looks right there. So the Chiefs should be able to generate some pass rush. Last year, the Chiefs had, one of the better defenses in the league. That goes unnoticed because of how well the offense is, but that's absolutely big. I know the Chiefs, they also picked up DeAndre Baker, as coming over from the Giants. And so now that his legal issues are hopefully behind him, there should be some decent depth there. They also, are giving former Vikings first-round pick Mike Hudge. They did give him another chance as well. So for these guys, they come in with some potential, some skills. Just a matter of, them being in the right situation, hopefully, and then they'll hopefully be able to, focus on that, and take advantage of this opportunity. So that's going to be absolutely huge for them. But with that being said, love what they did there. Love what they did throughout the draft. They have definitely some good pieces there. I like the addition of linebacker Nick Bolton. And I also really like, for me particularly, their defensive end that they got from Florida State, Josh Kadun in the 4th round. I think that was a superb pickup as well. So I really like what the Kansas City Chiefs, what they're bringing to the table this season. And obviously we already know that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start discussing these games for the upcoming NFL season for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, remember, I did opt to make this realistic, and by realistic, that means, there will be some times where you'll see a couple upsets, if not here, maybe in other videos, because I went through and did every team because I wanted to make sure that my schedule reflected, accurate across each teams in terms of not having a win for one team here and then another team I put that they lose the game. No, I wanted to be accurate across the board. So I'll go ahead and jump in now. And so with the first game of the season, the Browns and the Chiefs, and what a first game it is. Really excited for that one. I really like this Browns team a lot. But Kansas City is going to be at home opening night, so I give that one to the Kansas City Chiefs, that they will win that one. Week 2, Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. Those two seem to always be in the spotlight, against each other. And it seems like Patrick Mahomes does a great job of winning. This time it'll be down in Baltimore, but I still give this one to the Kansas City Chiefs. And so now we've got the Chargers coming down to Kansas City. That one, I like this Chargers team a lot, what Justin Herbert brings. But, Patrick Mahomes and company at home, I'm going to give that one to Pat Mahomes. And so now they're going down to the Eagles. Yeah, I give that one to the Chiefs. And then against Buffalo, Josh Allen and company. For me, I thought that was going to be the AFC Championship game, the Bills and the Chiefs. I really like how, Buffalo looks. They're a really balanced and complete team. But one thing I'll say about the Kansas City Chiefs, it seems like they have a lot of favorable games at their home when it comes to these games that could go either way. And so I'm giving this one to the Kansas City Chiefs since they're at home here in Week 5 against the Buffalo Bills. And then in Week 6 against the Washington football team, I have the Washington football team giving the Chiefs here their first loss. And, the addition of Ryan Fitzpatrick, that's going to help that offense. I really like the moves that the Washington football team has made. Love the fact that they're at home. They certainly will be able to, get after the quarterback. Although with the Chiefs' new offensive line, that's not going to be an easy task. But still being at home, I like this one for the Washington football team here. And so now we go to the Chiefs and the Titans. And for that one right there, I also have the Titans win it at home. So a little bit of a slide here, for Kansas City, but there's nothing wrong. No need to panic for them because they're going to recover and they're going to win at home against the Giants here. And then against the Green Bay Packers, I'm doing this with the assumption that Aaron Rodgers is going to actually be there for the Packers this season until he's not. So I went ahead and made the assumption that he will be. And I still got the Chiefs winning this one at home. It'll be a thriller, though, if Aaron Rodgers is able to play in that one, but I like the Chiefs at home. So Week 10 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Here, down there in Las Vegas, new stadium, I still got the Chiefs winning that one at this point. And so right now the Chiefs would be 8-2 before they play Dallas. And so that one, the Chiefs versus the Cowboys, I've got the Chiefs at home for this one. I'm sorry, Cowboy fans, but certainly, I like the Chiefs odds. And so in Week 12, we have the bye week right there. And so coming out the bye week, they'll have plenty of chance to prep for who's ever at quarterback for the Broncos. I've got the Chiefs winning that one. And so right now they're 10-2. Everything is looking great, but Las Vegas, I've got Las Vegas coming in with an upset here at Kansas City. And so this is just one of those games where I feel like the Raiders, they're going to steal one against the Chiefs. I don't think it'll be the first one, but it'll probably be the second time they play. So here I've got them stealing this one against the Kansas City Chiefs here. And so after that, they rebound, but to lose again, this time to the Chargers. I really like this Chargers team. And so, I've got the Chargers, splitting with the Chiefs this year. And so now, at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they win against Pittsburgh. And then going down to the Cincinnati Bengals, I've got them beating the Bengals. And then in the season final, against the Denver Broncos down there at Mile High this time of the year, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs to win this one. And so basically I have the Kansas City Chiefs here going 13-4 win-loss. Now there's a couple games up here that obviously could be, swing games that, the Chiefs, they have every ability to win. Obviously there's not a team on the schedule that I feel that they can't beat. They could easily beat the Raiders. They could sweep them. That's a potential that could happen there. Same could be said with the Chargers, although I think the Chargers is going to be really hard. I truly believe that they're going to split this year, go 1-1. So certainly, that. The Washington football team as well, them and the Titans, they probably can win one, if not both of those. But yeah, I think 13-4 is a very realistic regular season record for the Kansas City Chiefs. And so that is how I see it. But certainly there are games there that they could win. So they could do better than this. But I think 13-4 is pretty good for the Kansas City Chiefs. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And certainly I hope you're looking forward to the rest of the AFC West, in which I will be start finishing with the AFC West. And then I'll continue to go division by division and work that way out there. But thank you so much for watching this video, and see you guys next time.